Today we're going to show you how to install either a Surefire M300C style light or a Streamlight ProTac rail mount onto your APC upper receiver. We're going to use an adapter mount that we manufacture. What the adapter mount is going to do is allow you to directly mount the body of your light to the receiver. The mount will replace the factory polymer forend. Our mounts are machined aluminum, they're an anodized hard coat type 3. We're going to use the two included screws here to fasten the adapter mount to the light body. We can use either, again, the Surefire M300. We're going to use the C, the compact light on this one. They mount the Surefire and the Streamlight lights are clever in that they share the same mounting scheme. So they'll mount the same way into the adapter block. And you can use either, but for this quick demonstration, we're going to go ahead and use the Surefire one. It will, of course, fit with any of the tail caps, the pressure switches, all clear our mount. I guess the first thing we're going to want to do is actually take the lens and the tail cap off of the light body. So go ahead and remove your lens and the battery. Remove the tail cap from the light, and we're going to mount the body of the light onto our mount. On both the Surefire and the Streamlight bodies, the larger diameter threads are for the lens. So make sure when you mount that you have the larger diameter threads pointing towards the muzzle. The only tool that we are going to need is either a Torx T10 key or a metric 2 Allen key. And the reason it's either, on this APC 9, we're going to end up using a metric 2 key. On a couple of the B&T guns that we've had in here, they actually, like this GHM9, for example, has a T10 on the factory rail. So B&T seems to be using different fasteners on different builds. We've seen APC 556s with both. One of them had a M2 and one of them had a T10, so it maybe just depends on what day of the week they get built. You may need, again, either a T10 or an M2. So for this one, we're going to use an M2. One thing that is kind of handy, if you are able to, is to shorten down the short leg of your driver. Either cut it or grind it down. This allows you to kind of get underneath the light body. So we're going to use our little modified T2, or I'm sorry, our metric 2 millimeter Allen to affix our light body to the mount. The included screws are a metric 2, like we talked about, which is again the same tool that you'll use to remove your factory rail, factory polymer rail. So go ahead and tighten down your light body. We're just gonna torque them by hand. It's completely fine to use like thread lock on here. You can use the blue Loctite, the 242 or 243, just fine. It'll work just fine. So with the light body on our mount, we now need to take the polymer rail, the Picatinny rail, off of the upper receiver, and that's pretty self-explanatory. Just remove the two screws and retain them, because we're going to use these two screws to install our adapter block. Again, maybe check orientation. We've got a little notch cut out here to clear different lenses. So the little relief notch and the larger thread should point towards the muzzle. I like to drop the screws into the mount prior to aligning the mount with the upper receiver, because it seems like with the threads poking through, I get a little bit better, idea of where the holes are. So let's go ahead and start them. And actually, one thing I should mention, if you have a like a ball type driver, like a 2 millimeter ball driver, this is actually a good application for it. Not to torque the screws down, but to install them, you can kind of come from an angle and spin them in. So Again, not required, but it does kind of make it easier to get the screw started. Don't torque Allen keys with a ball driver. That's never a great idea. Go ahead and use, again, a square driver and reach in there and torque the mounting screws to your rail. And now we just have to reinstall the battery and the lenses. So I guess we can put the back cap on first. Our battery is going to go in the front, and put our lens cap on, and installation is complete. So now we have a M300 light, very low profile, and kind of perfectly mounted on your APC upper. If you have any questions or need help with any other installations, please just let us know. Thanks for watching.